down. Let me go to Instagram and make sure I turn the live on Instagram real quick.
Ah, whoa, 3.
2, 1, live. We should be live. We should be live. Live,
Live.
live,
Hey,
live, live.
what it
What's
do,
up? What's
y'all?
up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing?
What's good, people? What is good? Welcome to Technically Speaking News. Giving
That
you
you
news.
can use.
Hey, there you go. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Look, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. How y'all day going? First, like, I gotta check with my team. You know
Right,
what
right.
I'm saying?
Ladies first, Bobby. Let us know how you doing.
Let's check in with Bobby. Let's check in with Bobby.
Texas in the house. Oh,
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm mad. I don't know where. I don't know how our team made it to the Super Bowl and they show up and there ain't no game to play, y'all. We'll have to get into that a
Okay.
little bit later. But listen, you have one job: run that ball. You did not run the ball. I don't
One
like
job.
it. One job.
Just
One very
one.
high-paying job.
Yeah.
One
Very
very
high.
high-paying job, and you could not do it.
that's a
Oh man.
demotion. Demoted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, it's fine. So long week for sure.
Oh yeah. I know you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it.
Hmm.
But you know what? Ain't nothing to it like but to do it. Somebody had to win. Somebody had to win.
How about you, Corey,
Congratulations.
man? How you doing, bro? How was your day today?
My day, my day is good. The day is good. Shout out to my buddy Joe Robinson. We just had a nice little podcast episode with him. And I definitely want he's gonna be a friend of the network of the TS News. I'm gonna have him come on. Because I believe he can definitely give us some news that our millennials can use. Not only just about finances, but his story is one for amazing, and I think it will inspire people. But other than that, man, whew, I'm doing good, Don. How about you, brother? How about you?
I'm doing good, man. I kind of feel a little guilty because I'm enjoying this beautiful California weather, man. And everywhere else in America seems to be suffering
Why do
right
you feel
now.
guilty?
Because everywhere else is suffering. I'm out here like it's hot. It's too hot, man. I'm
Yeah, it was
too
warm
hot.
here today. It was nice today.
Let me tell you something.
Clear
You
Mhm.
know why
skies.
I
It's
don't
beautiful.
feel guilty? I'm gonna tell you why. Because we pay a lot.
Yeah.
People always talk about California is expensive. This is why. You see the
Yeah.
blizzards? We ain't dealing with that. You see
Nah.
tornadoes? We don't deal with that. We get a little shake with the earthquake, but we ain't
Yeah.
dealing with nothing that has to do with blizzards, snowing. I seen something that just blew my wig the other day on social media.
Man, you wear a
Somebody,
wig? No, I'm just playing.
I
Just
have to
kidding, just
look, and
kidding.
I
That's
have
why I
I've
to.
been
said
on
that.
I've been on Amazon looking for some lace fronts, and I seen one. And my son saw it too. He was like, "Daddy, I'm gonna buy you that." I'm like, "Okay." It's a nice little curly top. You put it in. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that boxer who won that fight. He should who had that toupee on. Nah, for real. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like they have a carpet full of snow. Like I think it was in New Jersey. It was a carpet full of snow. Nah, nah, I can't do that. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
That's not
freezing
me.
point's no good for me, man.
Jeez.
Um,
I
yeah,
feel
I'm
like one
not
of
a.
those Georgia boys. The snow, get it away. I'm terrified of snow.
Mm.
No, I'll
Just
take I'll
kidding.
take the heat over the snow any day. Just not a snow
Right?
person. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You know, them Patriots is feeling the heat right now. Oh,
I
Woo.
bet they are.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm sorry.
bet they are. My daughter, she goes, "Hey mom, do you think that coach is gonna go to the locker room and yell at them?" I was like,
Of course.
Something.
maybe. Oh, maybe. I was like,
It's
I
motivational
mean,
yelling.
I was like, I hope he was doing that during halftime because good God, how do you get into the second, you know what I mean, to the second part of the friggin' game, and you ain't got no dang touchdowns. But you know what though? Let's be honest, the Seahawks didn't do much any better, much better because they didn't get their first touchdown until like the third quarter either. They got nothing but freaking field goals.
Yep.
That's the only way they got points on the board. You know what I mean? Anyways,
that kicker set a record, man. Most field goals in a Super Bowl.
Of course, because that's all
that's all they were getting.
he got a bonus. He got a bonus for setting that record, man. He set a Super Bowl record, extra $20,000.
Between the interceptions and the quarterback sacks, like, halfway through, I was done. I'm just done.
My son was rooting for the Patriots. He was like, maybe he can come back. I was like, because the quarterback name is Mays, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the Patriots, I was like, maybe, maybe not.
They needed some of that Brady magic, man. They were missing those last minute. Oh, boom! There it is.
I was like, where's Brady when you need him?
Yeah, with Bill Belichick out of the game.
Bill Belichick, yep.
You know what I'm saying? But let me just say this. I do want to give Seattle defense their props because they was able to stop the Patriots. And don't get me wrong, Mays was doing this thing as much as he could. Remember, these are the best teams in the league. They got there by being the best. They had to win, 3-4 games in a row in order to play in the big game. So, you know what I'm saying? We commend you. You got your trophy. You just not getting the ring. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Patriots. I don't know if y'all saw the group chat. That's what I said about them hats that they made that got to go back. Because, NFL invests in both teams on getting who wins the actual Super Bowl, right?
Merchandising.
The loser, they donate those hats and shirts to a whole different part of the world. So if you're in Timbuktu and you end up seeing the Patriots 2026,
mind your business. Mind your business.
You can go down to your local wholesale district. Find them on the back of the truck. Probably get some boxes of them.
Tag me, I'll buy 4 of them. For real. But nonetheless, I think honestly, Super Bowl was a great. It was a great event. The game itself was definitely was a snooze bowl. Like I was like looking for something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, the running back Walker. Oh my God, my man, he ran like he ran like tough. Like there was one play. He was like he held the ball. He was like, no, I can't go there. But I can go through there. And he was like, it reminded me of Tecmo Bowl 1992 all over again. I was like, oh no, he put the Tecmo Bowl on him.
His dudes did what they had to do. They made a hole for him. For him, and he got through.
Patience, man. Patience. They took that one touchdown away from him at the end, though. It was like the last 2 minutes. He could have put another 7 on there. See, that's when I think it gets fixed because that would have been a good over. A lot of people would have bet that 50 over, and they would have got the over instead.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, and I'm glad you brought that up.
I heard this morning. Crazy. I heard this morning that one of the biggest bets was placed Caesar's Palace. I think a few minutes before the coin toss, he put $253,000 down on heads, and it came up. It came up on heads. Not only did he get his $253K back, but he was able to win another additional $245K on top of that already.
Yeah, that's your prop bet. That's a money line prop bet. Whatever you bet, you're probably going to get the same amount back. Now, if he would have put that on like a parlay ticket and a couple more teams would have hit 2 or scores or however you want to set it up, it's even more money that gets accumulated to that payout.
Money. There's a lot of money in
sports betting.
Oh yeah, man.
But you want to know there's a lot of other money in?
What's us.
Advertising,
advertisements,
commercials.
I got something that I don't think nobody did. I'm gonna ask you guys, what did you guys think about the commercials? And then did you see the trade-off that what the Super Bowl did?
Okay.
Well, go ahead. Y'all go for it. Bobby, tell us what you think about the commercials.
Which ones?
All of them.
All of them.
Yes.
I have my two favorite ones. It's going to be the Budweiser. Clydesdale jumping over the log with the eagle's wings coming across. Like, you don't get no more American than that. Right. You know, that speaks to my soul when I saw it. It speaks to my soul. The other one was they do a campaign ad talking about he gets us, right? He is in Jesus, right? So the last couple of years, I was never like thrilled with the he gets us ad for some reason. Those never spoke to me. I think this year though, they did one talking about, you know, more is not more, where we live in that society where did you see it?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so we live in a society where we just constantly want more. Like whatever is given to us just isn't good enough, and we want more. We want more likes and more aggressiveness. We want more fast. We just want everything so quick, and so it just kind of ends with I guess she looks maybe like a half black, half white lady with a hoodie on, and her hair is braided really pretty, and she's kind of standing at what looks like in not a field, but it looks like she's almost at the foot of a mountain, and she's just looking up, and it's talking about like he gets us, but that there's more of him or something along those lines. I could be butchering it terribly, but listen, if you saw the ad, you would know what I mean and stuff. So those two definitely were the best. Right. For sure.
What about you, Dr. Poe? Talk to us about yours.
Two things. One, I didn't like all of the medical commercials, man. It seemed like they kept on wanting me to take this shot for some reason. You know, I don't even want to get into that, but I love the William Shatner commercial, right? It was like William Shatner comes in and he shortens his name to William Shat. And then it's like William Shat did this, William Shat did that. And then the last scene, it's like one of those thinker ones that you got to catch it, where it's like, Will Shat on my car. Yeah. Right? Because Will Shat on my car, you know? Right. Like, I thought that was the best commercial I saw. But because I was a little behind watching it, we were able to fast forward through some of the commercials. I didn't see all the commercials. We fast forwarded through some of them, but those halftime commercials I was watching, and that was one of the halftime commercials. I was like, oh, William Shatner's old ass, man. Will Shat on my car.
My favorite too was the commercial with what's my boy Ben Affleck, because he took all the oldie characters. He had Urkel, well, Jaleel White. He had a lot of those guys, and of course they were AI generated. It was so much AI commercials through the Super Bowl. Yeah. I was like, "What, yo? Like, hold on with all this AI generated stuff." But I get it. You know what I'm saying? However, the
saving that money.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. But the Ben Affleck one, when they were doing like a old school throwback to TV shows, that was cool because it made me think about how, you know, sometimes people watch a show and just you get that feeling like this is going to make my day. Because back then, when you watch like Who's the Boss with Tony Danza, or you watch like Saved by the Bells, those shows didn't have no ulterior motive. It just had something that was good to help you get understanding about life, but at your age, right? So that one was good. And the Pringles commercial, right? Super Bowl went away from Doritos to Pringles.
Oh wow, they shifted, huh?
We did not see any Dorito commercials. And remember that Super Bowl used to have it where you could be able to win. You know what I'm saying? They would take regular creators or regular people with ideas, and if they submit the best Dorito idea, Dorito commercial, they would win, and they will win a placement in the Super Bowl. And they didn't do that this year. They did a Pringles commercial, and I was like, dang, that's different, right?
Oh, some insider marketing there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Invest in Pringles.
Yeah,
they did similar with the Coca-Cola Bears.
That part, right?
You saw that?
Yes, you saw that. That was
no
my
more Coca-Cola Bears. Oh, wow. So I got to go back and watch all the commercials.
They weren't Coca-Cola Bears. They were Pepsi Bears now.
Blind taste test. Those Coca-Cola Bears chose Pepsi over Coca-Cola.
But look, not only that. Remember when
they went there.
Remember that scandal that came? My daughter caught this one. That scandal that came out when the owner was there with the worker, and then the camera was on him, and they were like, "Oh, the kiss cam," and it was like, "Oh no!" And then on the Pepsi Bear commercial, they ended up just embracing it, right? And that's the point that they're trying to make. Embrace it. Which was crazy to me. But you know what I'm saying?
Don't embrace infidelity, but
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that part.
Not that part.
Not that part.
No. You already know where I'm going with this next, because you know what I'm saying? Did any of y'all watch Bad Bunny? And what did you think about Bad Bunny? And then if any did you guys watch The Turning Point?
I watched both.
Okay.
So
just for this show.
Okay. So see, Donald, thank you. I appreciate that because I watched I watched a replay of the Bad Bunny stuff just so I could talk about it on here.
Okay.
When my coworkers came by, they're like, "Why are you watching that crap?" I was like, "Because I know we're going to talk about it tonight."
Yes, of course.
So I have to watch it so I could say I watched it.
Yeah.
But I did turn into Turning Point USA.
Okay.
For the live halftime show.
What do you think of them? Oh wait, which one are we doing first? Bad Bunny?
Yeah, which one are we doing first?
We can go with Turning Point.
Go Turning Point. Okay, Donald, you want to start?
Sure. I'm not a big fan of the Turning Point. Like I like the message behind it. It's just I don't know. It was kind of like watching the Country Music Awards, like I just saw it's weird to contrast the two Super Bowl halftime shows, right? Because one is very one way and the other one clearly was very the other way, And I'm not a big fan of like rock music and country music. So when I watched the Charlie Kirk Turning Point one, it don't feel like it really related to me. I felt like it was really meant for, and I don't want to sound racist or anything, but it kind of seemed like it was meant for like the conservative white America, to have something else to watch. Mm-hmm. And so I was just kind of like, I was a little shocked and stunned that they didn't have any minority at all since they had a roster, and that they didn't have any other type of genres besides just country music, right? And like some rock music. And then I saw them get out there. I stopped watching once they started breaking out the instruments because I'm like, it's football, right? We're doing with classical instruments during football, right? So, but I like the messaging behind it. But when I looked at the two, it was clearly a divide in America that was created by entertainment. It's like, all right, look, if you like this, we got this for you. Or otherwise, for you people, we got this for you. And I hate to say it, but that's how I viewed it, man. It was very much, this is us, and then this is y'all, like, which side are you on?
Right. Okay. Bobby, do you want to go ahead and go next?
There's really nothing to say after that. He's right. It was very underwhelming. I was very disappointed in Turning Point, especially with as long as they've had. When they announced it, they had plenty of time to get people up there. I honestly thought Coffee Anderson was supposed to be one of the singers up there, which is he's a black country singer. If y'all don't know, he sang the song Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Huge. We love that song, and I love that man's story. I love the heart behind it. That feeds to what I believe like America would be, but unfortunately, Turning Points was just very underwhelming. The first singer that came out, I think it was like Bradley Garrett. He did do a good job. I was very like kind of taken back by Kid Rock. There was something completely wrong with the audio. He was lip syncing for a second, and then it was like this random firework popped off in the back, and I was just like, "What are we doing, y'all?" I expected more with it. There was a lot of hype about it, so we turned into Turning Point to see what was going on. But then, all of us were just like, just a little disappointed. All right, just a little bit disappointed. We did show up to support, like we would. I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny. That doesn't mean I don't like him. I'm just not a fan. You know what I mean? I just like anything else. And some people were talking about, you don't want to turn it into see Bad Bunny because he speaks Spanish. Bro, I speak Spanish too. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I just don't like the man. You know what I mean? I just don't care for his music. I don't care for that. That's just my thing. You know what I mean? So you
get a chance to watch it, Corey? Did you check any other Turning Point out?
No.
No?
This guy. This guy.
I love the honesty, bro. I love the honesty.
But you know what? At the very end, Kid Rock did kind of end the whole segment and stuff by talking about Jesus and spreading the gospel and everything. So that part was nice. And then spreading Charlie Kirk's message again. And they did like a little montage and stuff of him. That was a little bit tear jerking if you were really hurt by Charlie's passing and stuff. So that was really good that they put that. So that's how they ended it with the gospel. So, that's probably the best part.
Got it. And look, you said something that made me think, if you're not a fan of the artist, you're not going to tune in, right? You're not. If you're a fan of the music, you probably would tune in. Right? I'm a fan of Bad Bunny's music. I'm honestly, personally, I don't have a relationship or a like something that ties me into Bad Bunny, but I really like when I see the music go beyond music, right? And that's why, and I will go look at Turning Points because of the fact that if there was the message there, I'm all about messages with music because that I believe messages bring people together. Bad Bunny's his messaging and imaging made me feel like okay, I get it. You know what I'm saying? These are people who live and breathe the same things we experience in our days in life, right? But they're on a different island. And then I heard people talk about the reason why you see, you know what I'm saying, the guys are on the poles because in Puerto Rico the power go out a lot. And and like he just depicted it, but then they're like I've been at, you know what I'm saying, Spanish functions where it's so like family oriented, right? Like, you know what I'm saying, you may not speak the language, but they'll give you some food that, you know what I'm saying, it is a eat, you know what I'm saying? Oh yes, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I felt that. And if that message is also in Turning Point, I feel like, you know what? I can see why they did that because I am a man of Christ, right? And if the message is the purpose for them to have a Turning Point was to spread the gospel during the Super Bowl. Okay. But I hope they didn't do Turning Point halftime Super Bowl because they didn't want to watch Bad Bunny, or they said because the phrase out there was like, we want to have our own Super Bowl, but I mean their own Super Bowl halftime party, but we all are together. Like Bad Bunny is an American, Kid Rock is an American, right? We all are American. Yes, we don't understand his language for entertainment, but music and sound, you can see the people dancing, you can see the people having fun. Why not? Yes, they having fun, but yes, these people also praise God and serve Christ and praise Jesus. So if you're talking about that, I can have a good time here too. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that one, I didn't like the fact that there was a divided Super Bowl. I feel like we already are at odds in the country where it's split. Maybe we could that was both at the same time.
Yeah,
to show how you can come together.
It was an intentional divide, man. Intentionally made by whoever's behind the entertainment, man. It was intentional. It was done on purpose.
Right. And here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? Let's now focus on getting together. Right? Because if you want us to have our entertainment separate, then you're going back to Jim Crow days where your bathrooms had to be separate, your washrooms had to be separate, your water faucets had to be separate. You got to have this and we got to have that. And that is no way that this could be the United States of America. You're acting as we are the divided states of America. And we're not divided. We are united. Right? Because one thing for certain and two things for sure. We bleed red and blue. It's blue in the body. It's blue in the oxygen. It's blue before it hits the oxygen, and then it comes out red. And anybody want to debate me on that? Go debate yourself. Or like I would say, argue with yourself. It's in science, biology. They tell blue, purple, the same thing.
Dude, he brought out the flags, man. All right, yeah. Let me know when we're gonna move on to Bad Bunny, man, because I got some stuff to say about that show too, man.
Well, go for it, brother.
Man, okay, so like flags. I like how at the end of the show.
Bobby, did you have anything to say about that?
Oh shit, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So, the divided states of America, right? That's obviously a hard statement. It's not an untrue statement, though. I think the enemy's intention is to divide us, right? Because a house divided by itself cannot stand. Country divided will eventually fall. The intention behind entertainment, behind our media, who are fanning the flames of division, who are telling you to hate each other, you got to wake up. You got to see that for what that is. It's a lie. Straight from the pits of hell. Don't listen to it. Have some discernment. Pray for some wisdom and get focused on the true. Not just on the truth itself, but just on what is true, what's not. You can still love. You can still love people. You know, you can still show mercy and compassion towards people, but also still point people to the authorities. When we're talking about immigrants, right? If you want to be in the country, there's still laws. You don't have to agree with them, but you still have to obey the laws. There still can be a message of love, of peace. We understand compassion and everything, but don't let the news begin to spur hate within your heart, because there's no room for that. You can't love if there's hate everywhere.
Amen, sister.
Right on, right on.
All right, let's get to Bad Bunny. Let's see what we got.
Bonito.
No, but the Bonito Bowl, right?
Yeah, man. I thought it was very enlightening. You know, like it was totally not what I was expecting. I was thinking he was going to do like he did at the Grammys and make it all political and stuff like that. And what I saw from that show, like, despite not being able to understand it, or because the music is such good music, you can't help but to move to it, you know? So like, even though you don't understand what he's saying, you still kind of feel in the groove because the music is so good. And then I really like how he brought the culture of Puerto Rico to the main stage, you know, like, yes, there were a lot of meanings behind everything that I wasn't too sure about, but like Corey said, thanks to the great Puerto Rican community online, they explained a lot of the stuff, you know, like the telephone pole. That was the thing that probably confused me the most, was why the fuck are these guys dancing on telephone poles, you know? But then it was explained, you know, and like I thought about, you know, American culture, and if we're really this melting pot of diverse culture, it was a great opportunity for the Latino heritage to be displayed to the American public. You know, I didn't see anything that was outlandish or worth being boycotted. And to be honest, you know, I don't really see. I mean, I kind of understand, you know, like why they did the boycott against Bad Bunny, you know, especially after what he said at the Grammys. But I mean, I didn't see anything negative at the show that would be taken out of context as far as political hatred, you know, and that's what's making me hate award shows and sports, is it's always revolving around some political viewpoint that somebody has. And it's like, I'm not watching for your fucking viewpoints on politics, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you're rich, just in my opinion, their opinions are absolutely irrelevant. They don't live in the reality that we do. They're far from it.
Yeah.
That being said, man, I was grooving, man. I was hanging out with Lauren. Her parents were there. Her parents were grooving too, you know, like,
yeah,
you know, like it was good times, man.
It was entertaining. I think ever since I started listening to conspiracy theories about Super Bowls and stuff, I started looking for messages, and not only because looking for bad messages. It's just that, you know, I think when there was a performance, but I can't remember which artist, but they was like, it's so demonic and it was so dark and so this, and then they started showing the imagery online. I was like, oh, so this is a way for them to display a message. And you think about it, you have almost everybody in the entire United States. Not I don't say that, it's not entire United States, but a lot of people actually looking at this, So they want to probably convey a message. Last year, Kendrick was conveying a message. This year, Bad Bunny conveyed his message. I didn't see any messaging in Usher's, the one before Kendrick Lamar, which was all about just enjoying ATL. So now, if you look at halftime shows, they're doing it. One, when you do a halftime show, you pay out of pocket, right? You pay out of pocket. The artist comes out of their pocket. They don't get paid for it. So you have to consider the fact that if I'm going to pay out of my pocket to perform at the Super Bowl, I'm going to, and there's borders I have to stay within, right? There's things you got to do. You got to be time constrained, and you got to make sure that the message is not offensive, right? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and do something that big up my community. You know, I would really like next year to see Jelly Roll do it. You know what I'm saying? And I would see what cultural aspects he would bring to it, because his story is amazing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Jelly Roll. I think that's what they're setting him up for. If you guys notice how, if you look at patterns, there are certain people who, you know what I'm saying, that have an impact. And I believe that Jelly Roll is going to be the next year and a half, probably 2 years. His impact on music, cultural, and togetherness is what's going to bring a lot of the healing in this country. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the main stage next year.
I think a lot of people would tune in to see Jelly Roll. I saw him last year when he came to San Antonio. He put on a fantastic concert. When he comes back, I will go and see him again. He did a fantastic job.
I will go see him when he comes to California, because I definitely want to see Jelly Roll.
He didn't just sing because he's talking to the people.
Yeah.
And like in between songs, you know, and he's given pieces of his story, and a lot of people, just like you said, can relate to it. He came from a shady past. Guy's got tattoos all over his face and stuff, but he's got an amazing voice and he's got a great story, and I think people will listen to that on all sides.
Yeah.
Right?
Jelly Roll, man. He took a diving crossbody from Logan Paul through an announce table on a WWE pay-per-view event. Jelly Roll, you will always have a spot in my book, bro. Same thing with you, Bonito. I remember when you and Damian Priest, man, you did that crazy dive off the turnbuckle outside. You crazy entertainers. You're going to kill yourselves. Stay out of wrestling if you want to do these shows, guys.
Yeah, man. Don't get caught up. Vince McMahon is not paying your medical bill for that.
Yep, Triple H ain't having it, man.
But moving on, man. Moving on. Talk to us, Millennial Moment, man. What you got, brother? What you got?
I got a quick question for you guys, man. If you had to think back to your youth, you know, thinking about like the 80s, 90s, maybe even early 2000s, you know, they had that primetime cartoons, man, from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, man. What was y'all watching when y'all was watching those late night cartoons on Sunday nights or whatnot? You guys have lineups? You guys have any shows you like to watch as a youth?
Johnny Bravo and Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, what was that? That was that was Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network. Mm-hmm.
What was that? That was probably that Power Hour, huh?
Man.
Mm. Oh, you
what
know
about
what?
you,
Late night.
Somebody from the Lou 1269 said Futurama.
Hey, that's a good one, right?
Yeah. You know,
that's more early 2000s. That's a Katie Seagal plays that girl with the purple hair.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You know, I'm gonna have to go with Simpsons, yo. Simpsons came on around 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
I had to sneak and watch it because my bedtime was 7 o'clock.
We were not allowed to watch Simpsons in our house.
I was not allowed to watch Simpsons.
Yep, Simpsons would probably be mine too. You know, I really liked South Park too, but like I didn't always get to watch South Park. I had to go to my friend's house and watch it on the cable reruns, you know.
Yeah. When I saw I think I was 16, 15 when I first saw South Park, and I was like, this is crazy. He dies every episode. I did not realize that until probably like a couple years. I'm like, why is dude always dying? And then he
my God, they killed Kenny. You bastards.
Right. So
yeah, man.
I was like, wow, like it just made me just go to an era in my life that remember when all you had to do was just listen to your parents and get good grades in school.
Yep.
It was like you had to pay no taxes.
Now I took this to do it when I was doing the search on this. I was looking for 90s primarily. So I just here's some of the top shows during the 90s for prime time. As we already mentioned, The Simpsons was one of the top shows. Futurama was a top show. King of the Hill was a top show, with the Hank Hill and the South Park we mentioned. Beavis and Butthead was hot for a primetime show on MTV at the time. And Family Guy. A lot of people be sleeping on Family Guy, but they had that different type of satire, like that English satire kind of, which was different.
Yeah, Family Guy had wasn't it the either the artists or the writers of The Simpsons, right?
I'm not sure exactly. They might have been one of the only ones that were separate.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly though.
I know Family Guy was like a little bit risque. I'm like, are you supposed to be talking about that?
The other ones were like a Matt Groening, like the Futurama, The Simpsons. Those were all the same creator. But I think Family Guy was the first one to go outside and bring in the dude who does all the voices. What is that guy? I can't remember that guy's name right now for some reason.
And that's when they were in Cleveland, right? Family Guy was in Cleveland.
I think so. They made a Cleveland show.
And American Dad. It's all the
American
same writers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, who wrote The Simpsons? Matt Groening.
I
knew it was a Matt. I knew it was a Matt. Matt Groening did that. And then Family Guy. Seth MacFarlane.
Seth there it is. Thank you.
I got you.
McFarlane.
Body coming in clutch over here.
Right. You guys can you think of any? Can you guys think of any like of the forgotten primetime cartoons? I got a couple questions with some lists here. It's gonna be fun.
Yes. I was thinking, so you had mentioned Beavis and Butthead because that's what I was thinking in my head too on MTV. And I think there was another one. It was like Daria.
Yep, that's one.
Daria's one of them that I was thinking about. And then Ren and Stimpy came on really late.
Yeah,
they did.
Ren and Stimpy. Oh
God, that was like on Nickelodeon and stuff. Pinky and the Brain came on real late. A lot of times, some of those ones they definitely got some ulterior motives in some of those lessons. Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah. See, I remember watching those like on the Nickelodeon during daytime, but that was cool that they replayed them because they did have the Nick at Night specials and shit.
Yeah, they have Nick at Night.
What do you guys remember? What's up, Corey? Can you think of any ones that are kind of forgotten that you pull out of the playbook and refresh on?
I don't think it was a cartoon, but it was a definitely good show. Goosebumps on Nickelodeon.
Oh, okay. That counts. We could put that in the genre.
Yeah, that was it. Just scared the shit out of me.
Tales from the Crypt. Remember they played Tales from the Crypt real late at night?
Yeah, no, that's adult. That's adult.
That's scary. That's scary to me. I remember coming by one time. I don't know, my dad was watching, or it just happened to be on TV, and that guy
that HBO to watch that.
Oh man, yeah.
All right, here goes something that a lot of people have forgot about. Right, the PJs with Eddie Murphy, man, one of the classic claymation cartoons, right? The Critic was one. Was one of the writers, I think, for like The Simpsons, probably also the Critic. The Space Ghost. You guys remember Space Ghost on the Cartoon
From Coast
Network?
to Coast?
Yeah, that was a super late night one for all the stoners out there that was still awake at 11:30, 12 o'clock, man. Spawn. You guys remember that cartoon show?
Spawn was good.
Yeah.
Art was real good.
Duckman. Duckman is another forgotten one.
I didn't know about Duckman.
Yep, that was one of those late night ones. Came on I think it was like Comedy Central or something like that. They had another one, Eon Flukes. That was one of those MTV ones.
Oh my God, that and that was like in mid puberty section, bro. Like, cause she was weird. Like the fly would go through her eyelashes, and then it was clamp, and then it would and then
I don't know anything about what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, Eon Flux. That
they made a movie, like a real movie off of it.
Yeah, they made a big one. What was the other one? It was something about Sledgehammer. And that right there, I think that was like rated R. but it was a cartoon, and it was on the same lines of Eon Flux. You know what I'm saying? Like Eon Flux, she'll get the crap beat out of her, and she'll spit out a tooth and be like,
yeah.
So what? And shoot
Yeah.
them up or something. It's crazy.
With the tight spandex. Very provocatively dressed, man.
Yes, man. Yeah.
That's funny.
So I was looking at some of the cartoons that we were watching back then, and a lot of them, they're making comebacks nowadays. And they're either, some of them have never stopped making shows, like The Simpsons still making content, Family Guy still making specials and content. But I don't know if it's because of lack of writing or creative or whatnot, but here are a couple of shows that have made like revamps of themselves as like older show, like a Futurama made a comeback with new episodes, and it's like it advanced. Also, King of the Hill recently did something with Hulu. Now they're all super old and whatnot. And I was just thinking, like, with some of these shows that haven't left or keep coming back, what do you guys think? Do you think they just are having a hard time creating new content, or do you think that these are just such solid shows that, because like I had a fan base, I watched the new King of the Hill. I didn't finish the new Futurama, but you know, what do you guys think about them trying to make these comebacks? Think it's lazy writing?
I don't think it's lazy writing. I think that they looked to see what was in and what people still liked, and they made spin-offs on it, knowing that people would come back to it. They did the same thing with like Full House when they created Fuller House.
Yeah,
I absolutely watched every single, especially because it was all of the original characters. See, that's key. Original characters. If there was a whole new cast, I would have never watched it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing too with King of the Hill. You've got Bobby. Now he's older, you know, so you get to see whatever shenanigans, you know, their family is up to kind of later on, and it's almost like a continuation story of what you grew up with. So yeah, I think it is good. I don't think it's lazy writing. I think it's better. It's good writing.
What about you? What I think is like, you know, we grow up watching these shows, right? And some of us was so attached to these shows, we based our careers on it. Like, you know, like, man, when I grow up, I would love to write for this show. And then you grow up and you go into writing, creative writing, and you get a course, and well, not a course, but you get a certificate in or graduating in creative writing, get a degree in it. And first thing you want to do is relive your childhood. So you go and join the cast or make a pitch for something, and somebody like touch that nostalgia vibe, and there you go. You got your show back on the air that you missed, and you rewriting it. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely love that, because what it does, it makes you young again. You know what
I would love? If they did a remake with all the original characters, but everybody's older now, is like Family Matters. Being able to see the Winslows in like a grandparent state, how Laura Winslow and Urkel, you know what I mean? Like they're married. Now you get to see their kids and stuff like that. So it's like a continuation of their life, but you know, it's all whatever shenanigans they're doing now. And you know, just.
And they were on ABC, so Disney owns the rights to it. So don't be surprised if you see that. Because the thing about it is, I always believe in the phrase, you always look from where you came from to know where you're going, right? And Family Matters was definitely one of those shows that, you know, even though it was a black cast, it wasn't like only black people can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't see it like that. I loved the Winslow family.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and it's part of the TGIF lineup, right?
Yeah,
they had a good cultural mix of shows.
Yeah, and then the fact that Jaleel White, because little did anybody know, he was only supposed to be like the neighbor. He wasn't really supposed to have a written role, but he killed it so much when he was on set that they wrote him into the show. And he was the reason why people really watched that show. Don't get me wrong.
It would have been Family Matters without Urkel.
Yeah, it was. It just wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Laura was cool, but not really. It was all about Steven and Stefan Urkel and Urkel. Yeah.
That's right. So I guess just to kind of close it out, man, like, what do you think you would consider to be your favorite primetime cartoon, your number one go-to when you want to feel good about your or flashback to your youth, I guess. However you would like to phrase that. I'm going with Bob's Burger. It's a couple years out of the 90s, but it's by far my favorite adult cartoon.
I'm gonna go with DuckTales. Because Scrooge McDuck had that money. And you can't swim in them damn coins. Because coins are hard, damn it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
He made you think you could dive into some silver dollars, but your head jumping into a pool full of coins.
Yeah.
So it worked in DuckTales.
I think probably bringing it back to like my real younger days is watching Doug on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah.
They have it on Disney. I found it one day, and my daughter's like, "Mommy, isn't this that show you said you used to watch?" I was like, "Disney has it." They took over some stuff of Nickelodeon, so Disney has it. So hey, who thought if you don't know, go and search.
This is terrible what they did with that poor guy's name. Skeeter be
gosh.
It's so man, nostalgia. You gotta love it.
Right.
Got to
protest more for it, man. I heard we talking about kids out there protesting or something like that, man.
Right on, Bobby. What actually
what were you gonna say, Corey?
No, I was gonna say this was very interesting. I know we was talking about it in the group chat. I like for you guys to expand on it because of the fact that something you guys said in the group chat about parents, you know what I'm saying? Like if my kid's supposed to be in school, my kid's supposed to be in school. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, so
go ahead.
For the Let's Talk About It segment, I encourage if you're listening and you're tuning in, we appreciate you. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. But also give us your opinion. No name calling. Let's keep things civil. You can have a disagreement with folks, but let's keep it civil, okay? Take your emotion out of it, and let's just bring logic into the comment section. I encourage you. So when it comes to protesting, we've seen a lot of the news media outlets showing this past week all over the nation are kids walking out of school during school hours. And this kind of brought up, including my daughter's school. Now they talked about it, and the only reason why I found out about it is because of the parents' Facebook page. I had seen one parent made one comment, and then all of a sudden the comment section started flooding through with, the administration support this. The kids are supposed to walk out on Friday, and I had seen this like at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm at work by 6. And so keep your comments to yourself about me scrolling through Facebook at 7:30 in the morning. Okay. So I saw this and I was like, oh, hell no. I got up from my desk. I told my coworkers, I will be right back and go have a chit chat with my daughter real quick. So I go upstairs. I call her. I said, hey, did you know about this? And she's like, well, I heard some kids, talking about it and stuff. And I could hear that she was on the bus, but I could care less. I was like, well, listen. Let me let you know where we stand. She's like, you don't even have to. I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole. I said, okay, great. But listen, I want you to hear my heart. There's nothing wrong with peacefully protesting. Obviously, that's your First Amendment right to free speech. But I think as parents, we need to be careful about trying to introduce that during these school hours. If you really want to, be somewhere and really have your voice heard, go to where it makes sense. Don't stop school during the day and then have to force traffic officers, peace officers, school resource officers, administration having to show up to support that when the security of students should be the main focus while we're at school. We have to keep our kids safe, right? And in doing so, will you entrust that when you drop your children off at school, that they're supposed to be there learning and being educated, right? We're not here to build activism. That's not what we're doing. If you want to do that and support that, we should be doing that outside of school hours. Because remember, those teachers and administrative staff, they get paid with, at least here in Texas, our property taxes go to pay for everything having to do with the school. So you are on paid time. I expect there to be education happening during that paid time. You know what I mean? And that's the logic. There's no emotion with it. It's just, if you're at school, we should be there to learn. Anything outside of that, on your free time, have at it. Have at it. And nobody's stopping you, but just not during school hours. What are your thoughts?
Corey.
All right, so I agree with you. the thing about with protesting, and people always, and we've talked about this about, exercising your right to protest and freedom of speech, right? Freedom of speech does not negate you from the consequences that goes along with it, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you have the right to exercise your right to protest. But if you decide to go, and let's just be honest, let's be 100% honest, right? Some kids will go out of school to do, to do the right thing. But after they finish doing the right thing, they're like, okay, well, what do we do now? Oh man, let's go to the park and go kick it. Oh, let's go over here and do this and do that. Now you're in truancy, right? And your parents, so there's strict laws and strict guidelines about truancy with kids, even in LAUSD, because your parents is affected by it. Yeah. And I look at it like this: I'm not against using your political right, but also if you're going to do that within the confinements of your area of school. Because if I find out my child is not in school and doing a protest and demonstration, no. It's going to be something different, because I don't know you're not in the area of a place where I can be able to hold somebody accountable for. You walked out. And I don't care what anybody can say. They can say, oh no, let them protest. If your baby come up missing, all that shit go out the door. Because there are pedophiles out there. There are people who are doing crazy things, trying to kidnap kids. And if my child comes up missing, I don't give a damn about a protest. I'm just concerned about my child. Period.
I wish Geronimo had some horns right now.
I know, right? So you know what I'm saying? That's where I stand on that. I'm like, yeah, you want to exercise, do that shit at recess.
Your kids are in elementary, right?
Junior high.
Okay, so my daughter's a junior, and one of the things that she said that she had also heard too, some of the students were just going to walk out just to start fights. And so here's my headspace as a parent, right? You're going to have students who don't want to be a part of that left in the classroom. They're going to have other random students chanting and doing all sorts of stuff around the hallway, and then trying to bring that mess outside. You're not going to have enough school resource officers. So if something does happen to your kid and they get hit in the face and they get their butts beat, whatever that looks like, nobody's going to be held accountable, because there was nobody there to watch, because you encourage chaos.
Exactly.
There's a reason for order. Order is a good thing, and order keeps you safe. We're like, and in my mind, at least in the confines of a school, right? Their order is there meant to be safe, which is why we have schedules, which is why there's bell schedules and class schedules and whatnot. And if your butt's not in the seat, you get an absence. So many absences, just like I'm sure in LAUSD here in our school district here in the state of Texas is the same thing too. Your kid can only be truant so much, and your butt's gonna have to show up to the courthouse and stand there with your kid and probably pay fines and face some possible jail time for you not holding your kid's feet to the fire. You have a place to be right now. I always tell the kids, all your job to do is to play and obey. That's it. Listen to my rules. Have a good time. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Until the age of 18.
Yeah. Because we can leave our jobs and then go and protest, but guess what? We're not getting paid.
Right. So you're not on company time. You want to take your PTO? Again, have at it. Please. Have at it.
I think once you're born, you have jobs. Period. As a baby, you need to clamp onto the nipple, right? That's your job. Clamp onto the nipple. When you be able to, when you go to daycare, you're supposed to learn how to follow instructions. When you're in elementary, you have homework and listening. When you're in junior high, you have homework, papers, and you have assignments. In making them into class, you have jobs. You will always have a sense of something to do your remaining entire life. That's what it is. That's what life is. However, you have to look at your actions and your situation and the consequences there are So if you chose to go ahead and you go out there and act a plum fool, and them boys come out and get you and come find you and contain you, and you're not where you're supposed to be, then it's going to be a bigger problem. You know what I'm saying? And then you think about all the other hectic, like, child abductions happen often. And like I said, man, that's my stance on it. Because
Donald, I want to hear what you have to say, because I know you and I see eye to eye a little bit more on some things. I'm curious, where, like, as a step parent, where would you come in if your stepchild was, trying to be interested? How would you come in and try to offer some fatherly advice?
Yeah, I would support and encourage joining protest on campus if it's something that's like not hateful, because it's important to be active in the community for a young person to feel like they're active in their community, so I kind of get that. But yeah, I'm with you guys as far as going outside of school. And it's weird because I actually saw this happening a few days ago while I was working. It was about 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'm driving in between pools and I'm passing by a high school, and you guys can go to my page at don.rumpf, my Facebook or Instagram, and you can see the video that I took. I took a video and posted it because I was like, what the fuck are these people doing out here? And like, it was a line of about 200 to 300 kids they're walking across Aviation Boulevard down El Segundo Boulevard towards Hawthorne High School. And I saw no adults out there. I saw no teachers. I saw no crossing guards or police that were guiding streets to be shut down or whatever. I saw 300 kids out there walking down the street, holding up all these signs saying anti-ICE this, anti-ICE that. And I found it very weird and shocking, and as I was coming from the other pool, getting ready to head on the freeway to go to another stop, I passed by them again, and they were right there in front of Hawthorne High School at that point. And so I found it very odd that, not only were these guys out here protesting and marching, but I didn't see any supervision. I didn't see any adults out there. There were a couple kids that were just running across El Segundo Boulevard. I almost hit one of them. And so it's like very dangerous. And I think that kids, I know me being a troublemaker in high school, like there are a lot of people who, and when I posted it, some people even commented, they're like, some people, they just want to get out of school. And I would have been one of those kids who were like, what? It's an opportunity for me to get out of school. I'm going to get out of school. And when I was out of school, I never really did anything good. I was always going somewhere, smoking weed or hanging out with people I probably shouldn't have been hanging out with. And they would have given me an open opportunity to enjoy a free day.
It sounds like a recipe for disaster.
It is.
You know what I mean?
But they all got their parents' consent, apparently. And so, I mean, it's like if parents are consenting to this, it's like, well, what can you do? Like.
But did they though?
I'm sure some of them did. I mean, if Bobby's school got an alert, there's probably something else.
No, we didn't get an alert. It was something that a parent said that their kid talked about. It's like internal stuff. That's what kind of made me mad, because too, it's hard to tell like who's truly being honest too, because one of the parents was like, oh yeah, the school administration supports this. They better the hell not.
Yeah.
No. That sounds like an accident waiting to happen. And I'm not trying to have my daughter. Well, my daughter wouldn't be part of the shenanigans because she knows she'd get her butt beat in a heartbeat. Look, we don't got time for that. I am raising some independent, God-fearing young women in my home.
Yeah.
And that is not part of the recipe to success.
Yeah.
No,
it's not.
It makes your life a lot tougher than it has to be.
This one thing I can say, whoever orchestrated that person could be a very, very force to reckon with in the future, or can be someone who can mess up a whole lot of people's lives. You feel what I'm saying? I understand people young kids acting on emotions too, but it's like, remember we were already told they're the ringleader. This person's the ringleader, right? So I'm gonna say this to the ringleader: if you have that power to bring up to 300 students out of their comfort zone, that for them to disobey their parents, not consider their safety or their education, run for office in your school and make a change that way. because I'd rather have my kids out on the campus, and then you have the support of the faculty, you have the support of the school guards. Use it that way. Don't be foolish and go outside campus doing this. I understand the reason for what you're doing, but you're not thinking about the consequences and the repercussions that come with it.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? You can spot, I mean, like when we were growing up, you can spot the people who and what they were going to be growing up in life. The people who, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like I remember being able to protest during school. Like, I don't remember anything in specific, but I feel like if we were to set up a pep rally in school, we could have talked about it or like done something.
We did at Gardena. I think in 10th grade year, we had the Rodney King verdict. And then all the Black history teachers, Mr. Plummer, Mr. Berry, Mr. Stevens, they orchestrated something where we all could go into the quad and be able to, you know what I'm saying, either celebrate, you know what I'm saying, at the pep rally stage or something. And but the thing about it is, it was Miss Kimbrew as well. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Coach Stevens too. They got together because they knew that the kids were affected by it because of the fact that that was the O.J. Simpson, the Rodney King. And they knew what happened with the Rodney King back in 92, when Rodney King got beat on televised, you know what I'm saying? And then all those officers got off. LA burnt up, right? And they were fearing that the same thing may happen because a Black man was found guilty for killing 2 white people. You know what I'm saying? They fear that LA would do the same thing again, but when they didn't and he got off, then they were like, if you want to go over here and express your opinions, you can go over there. They made it peaceful. They made it peaceful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there were cops there. I remember there being cops on the campus and stuff, armed police.
But it was in a confined area. Ain't nobody was on Normandy in 182nd. Ain't nobody was going to McDonald's doing that. You know
now, when we were running cross country, they let us out so we could run around the city. And even then, I was like, man, why are they letting me out of school to just run around the city right now? Like, there's like 20, 30 of us, man. Like,
yeah, but
yeah,
our
man.
schools, here, they weren't, when we were growing up, they weren't very politically based. Teachers hardly ever talked about their political ideas. They didn't even hardly talk about their own lives. They were told not to. You keep the classroom for classroom instruction only. They limited what information they shared with the students. It was straight to the curriculum. If we were talking about math, this was going to be nothing but numbers, baby. If it was nothing but English, we're going over Shakespeare today. That was it. There was nothing outside of that. And I was like, I feel like I want to get back to that, where you don't know anything about the teachers. Nobody is hanging 27 different flags inside of their classroom. You didn't know anything about it. Getting back to teaching the things that are going to make people successful outside of high school.
Right.
Political activism ain't one of them. It's not. You want to get them skills to pay bills. That's just not one.
Yeah. I like the way you rhymed with that. Skills that pay the bills. Right on. So is that all we got for the parental topic?
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you're rewatching this, give us a shout out on YouTube and give us your opinion. What do you think? You for or against it during school hours? That's the key. During school hours, not for it at all. It's just during those peak hours where students are supposed to be studying and education.
Look, I get it. So guess what?
What?
Valentine's Day is next Saturday, baby. There's gonna be a lot of kids born. There's gonna be a lot of kids born in November.
Donna, you better not be saying that on Valentine's night.
All the people who born in November, you gonna know that it was because Saturday. Valentine's on a Saturday? On a Saturday. And it's supposed to be cold? Woo-hoo. You know what I'm saying?
Is it over there? It's supposed to be cold?
Well, It's cold somewhere in America.
You're right. You know what? You are right, sir. You're absolutely right. It's
And
cold
they
somewhere in
gonna need
America.
that body heat. So I took the liberty because Valentine's Day is not always about couples. It's not always about sex. It's not always.
Yes, it is.
I mean, but look, if you married and you got I'm just saying this, if you got your loved one and you want to bump uglies, go for it. It's Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Do it twice, make it nice. But I got 10 tips for couples on Valentine's Day and 10 tips for singles on Valentine's Day.
You said tips.
Oh, tips. Just a tip. Put the tip in. Let me go.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. Yeah, you took it there, sir.
Radical focus, people. Let's get some radical focus here.
All right. So, tips for singles on Valentine's Day. Okay. Plan the night like it's a holiday for you. Dinner, movie, dessert, and maybe a chill day. Right? That's one. Number 2, do a main character upgrade. Go get yourself a haircut. Go get you a fresh outfit. Get your nails did, or get your nails cuticles cut. As a fellas, get your cuticles cut. Can't have bar claws. Can't have bear claws. Okay, You know what I'm saying? Make you feel sharp. Book something social, right? You know what I'm saying? Get with all your single friends, and then go to a comedy show, meet up, go have a Dave and Buster day, right? I know we're older and we may think Dave and Buster's for kids, but if you get all your single friends out there and say, you know what, we're gonna have a bucket and day and enjoy ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Text 3 people you actually like, not in a freaky way, but in a cool way, and just say, you know what, happy Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? And just make it, you know what I'm saying? Do a random act of kindness. You know what I'm saying? Rap. Do a rap. Random act of kindness. Okay. And then do a 30-minute future me. Clean your space. Prep meals. Organize finances. Weirdly satisfying things. Do something like that. Oh, number 7. Try dating yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yourself.
See if you like yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do a movie you normally would do. You know what I'm saying?
Really
ain't nobody
get in
gonna love
touch
you
with
like
you.
you love you.
Ain't nobody gonna love you like you love. Say it again, Bobby, one more time.
Ain't nobody gonna love you like you love you.
There you go, right? Self-love is the best love. And I ain't talking about the M word. Okay? Avoid the comparison trap. Don't mute the couple's content for the day, right? Mute the couple's content for the day. Don't go scrolling on IG because people gonna put their pictures up of, oh, me and my best friend forever, my lover for life. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and put your phone on mute. You know what I'm saying? Put it on mute. Okay.
No, you know what? I say celebrate that. Celebrate their love, because when the time comes for you to be celebrated, you're gonna want people in your corner being like, "Hey, happy Valentine's Day to the two you lovebirds." I know that's just me. Don't be hating. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate where the love is.
I'm a counter that. Have you seen the movie 28 Dresses?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Haters gonna hate, man.
Okay. But no, you're right. Show love to the lovables, and then it may be reciprocated back to you, right? But turn on Facebook if you don't want to look at it, because everybody's gonna be showing, oh, this is my boo, this is my forever Valentine. Because I know I do that. I'm not gonna lie,
Right? With their faces. With your faces.
You know what I'm saying? If you actually have a crush and your crush is single, man, you better make like Kobe at the last second and shoot your shot. You never know.
Real,
you know what I'm saying? You never know. She just may say, or he just may say, yes.
Kobe.
Let's go out on a date. So sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you got to reverse psychology. Nobody want to be alone on Valentine's Day, girl. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Spend that extra hour with me so you can be free. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what? Same thing for the ladies. Don't be afraid if
That's
you
fucking
got a crush on
genius.
somebody and he's single. Don't be afraid. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
you want to spend
You know what I'm
time,
saying? Hit
Valentine's
him
with
with them.
me?
Right, it's
You know,
2026. You hit me up.
Yeah. Oh.
My husband always talks about that because he knows for a fact he and I would not be together if it were not for me and my aggressiveness.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
anyways.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait for her. Don't wait for him to ask you, girl. Girl, go ask him. You know what I'm saying? Last for the singles is create your own tradition. So I don't like this because that means you're going to be single every Valentine's Day.
My tradition is to get drunk and pass out.
You know what I'm saying? Yearly spa night,
Just
game
kidding.
night, steak night, vision board night, something you'll look forward to. So this is the reason why I don't like this. I don't believe you're meant to be alone. I believe everybody has a companion for somebody to be with somebody, right? I do. I truly do. But if you start making traditions about being single, then you will, and enjoying them, you will put the traditions in front of the risk that you need to take to have you a significant other. You be like, nah, because this is gonna mess up. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna mess up my Valentine's Day. My Valentine's Day. You know, which one of those that I ran down did you guys think was like far left, far right, or right on the point?
The third one. This coming Saturday, myself and like 4 or 5 of my church sisters, we're having a Galentine's breakfast.
Okay.
We're loving each other, celebrating our sisterly love with one another. It's gonna be potluck style. We're doing like a little brunch and everything. So I think what you said was perfect. If you know some other people who are single, create that, create that bond. What better way to show love with people than having that connection? So
yeah, that's awesome. What about you, Don?
I'm going to number one, the old school classic. We're gonna go out, we're gonna eat. Probably gonna take her and her kids out to go eat. Maybe go watch a movie at the theater. That's $200.
Ooh, I want to recommend a movie.
Yeah.
It's a new one by Angel Productions with Kevin James called Solo Mio.
Solo Mio? Is
Have
it
you
in
seen
Spanish?
the trailer for it?
No.
No.
Trailer for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one he gets left at the altar and ends up taking the honeymoon package all by himself in Italy.
Right.
No, I don't think the kids want to watch that. Is that a kids
movie? No. It's not. I mean, it's not a kids movie. It's a rom-com, but it's not it's not a rated R rom-com. It's something that like your older teenager.
And if you don't know
would
who
enjoy
Kevin James is,
that's
the big guy from Fitch. Well, Flitch or
King of Queens.
Yeah, King of Queens. Yeah.
He played Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I saw that trailer. I was like, this looks like it's surprisingly funny. I might have to, tell my wife I'm taking her to the movies.
Yeah, we're probably gonna do a movies thing. Go to the movies and then get some food.
Yeah. But yeah, so the couples, I'll put the couples on the description below inside the channel because we're about to wrap this thing up. But look, man, let me just ask you guys one question. What is
No, I did not, and I wasn't there either.
What is some news that you think that our people can use that you have?
Well, if you have a swimming pool, it's cold water, and you have a salt cell because you think it's going to keep you nice and soft skin. If you aren't running the heater, chances are your salt cell system's not going to turn on to actually be activated to turn that salt into chlorine, so you have softer water. So if you guys have a swimming pool with a salt cell system, make sure you're leaving that heater on during the cold season, or your salt system won't work.
That's good. What about you, Bobbi? I know a lot of people are suffering with these rains and weather. I know you got something that you can be able to help them with.
Well, I mean, I got news, but I didn't realize that we were going to be Like talking about stuff. Allergy season's coming up. I know that we've obviously we've got a lot of mountain cedar coming down here in Texas right now, so people are really suffering. But if you happen to have a leaky pipe somewhere, you've got water damage inside of your home, you're welcome to reach out to us. So we take care of all the water damage, do the restoration, got the bill back. If you got your house busted up and you need some help, even if it's just general construction, give me a call. I'll help you out.
Yep. Patriot Restorations. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And you've helped our colleague, Tech Von go.
Tech Von go. Geronimo Moreno, who was very much missed. Very much missed. You'll be seeing his face again soon. But yes, but yeah, he did have a water issue. Went out there with the meter and made sure there was no mold building up and stuff, because the last thing we want, especially somebody that we know and love, we definitely won't want mold building up in their house, making that place unlivable. So yeah, act quick.
Yep.
Act quick. Yeah.
Act quick. And
what do you got, Corey? What do you got?
Look, for those who want to start a podcast or those who are looking to elevate their business, I help those I help small businesses and podcasters and social media content creators build frameworks that allows you to be in front of the right people at the right time on these social media, so that can help you turn those views into streams of income. So instead of just getting streams, turn them into incomes. And all you have to do is click an appointment with me and we can go ahead and start talking. Look, that's all we got that's all we got. That's what we got. You know what I'm saying? And
that's not it. Comment, like, subscribe, and tune into us at 7 p.m. on Mondays at Technically Speaking News.
And that's Central Time, 5 o'clock Pacific Time.
It's 5 o'clock Pacific.
8 o'clock if you're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Check us out, y'all.
Next week is President's Week, so you know what I'm saying. We may do a little bit something special for that, y'all. So in the meantime, in between time, we are out.
Peace.
Yeah.